chickens.
Hey guys.
Chickens.
We're back on that grind. We're back on the showgirl grind, breaking down these songs for you guys.
Absolutely. Today we have Cancer. This is not our favourite song on this album, but I think that it's definitely an interesting song in Taylor's discography. So maybe we'll have some fathomings today.
Yeah, I think that, like, you know, when we do these like song breakdowns, I think that like it's so fun to have the space to really talk about just one song. But then I think that when there's songs that maybe you want to talk about more in the context of the whole album rather than like just the song itself, that's like maybe when I miss doing like whole album breakdowns as well. Because it kind of can be like a different conversation when you're talking about it in the context of the album. And I think in that way, Cancelled, which is obviously the song we're talking about today, is really like, it really does kind of match the showgirl theme in a way.
Definitely. It's definitely one of those things that sort of like comes with the job, I think. And so it makes a lot of sense to me for Taylor to explore this on this particular album. Going into listening to this album for the first time, I think we all thought it was going to be about her own cancellation during that Reputation era. And I thought it was really interesting how she sort of, it's a little bit about that in the sense that she's sort of saying that she can relate to the feeling now that she might have friends and whatever that are cancelled or whatever. But I think it was a really interesting direction for her to go in, given that she does sort of rehash that Reputation time quite often and has pretty consistently on most albums since that happened to her. Yeah. So this was like a really interesting new angle of it where it's sort of like, I guess even feels like a bit of a step in the same direction as a song like Thank You, Amy, where she can sort of start seeing those silver linings of having gone through a period like that. It feels like the right next thing to say after giving us a song like that on Torture Poets.
I agree. Yeah, it's like it's this evolution of the experience of being cancelled.
Yes.
In a way.
Yes.
Songs like, I feel like songs like Eldest Daughter and Cancelled have been like the most hated throughout this whole rollout of this album. And I think that the way people have taken this song as like really cringe is quite interesting to me. Because I sometimes I really struggle with that because I'm like, why is it just the climate that we're in online? But why is this song cringe, but I Did Something Bad isn't? Do you know what I mean?
Ask the question. I fully agree with you.
Because I think that like she can say things like, if a man talks shit, then I owe him nothing. I don't regret it one bit because he had it coming. But then when she says, did you girl boss too close to the sun? Like, everyone's like, that's the cringiest thing you could say.
Totally.
And that's kind of lost on me. I don't know, maybe I just like, I don't understand it.
Is it really cringe when she's kind of talking about something that really is quite valid to her experience and she's trying to just make it like more fun and playful in a certain way?
Yeah, because there's almost quite a bit of sarcasm in this song for me
There
as well.
is.
So then I'm kind of like, I feel like I don't take everything that she's saying to be fully serious.
Yeah.
You thought that it would be okay at first. The situation could be saved, of course. But they'd already picked out your grave and hers. Beware the wrath of masked crusaders.
That's the verse, isn't it?
That's the verse.
Oh, wow. It's like so much quicker than I thought.
I
Because
know,
then
I
guess
know.
the pre-chorus is actually kind of like more energetic.
Absolutely. It actually builds really slowly in its production in that way. And I do like that. Like, we do famously love an electric guitar song.
Yes,
And this
you're right.
song is just starting with an electric guitar.
I had not fathomed that, actually. I do dong, dong, dong.
We've obviously been watching the end of an era, and there is that moment in episode 5 where, you know, we're seeing those behind the scenes footage of her recording Showgirl, and I think there's that moment where they're playing like the instrumental of the
And we
song, and
thought
she's
it
like,
was-
I love this.
Yes, oh true. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you hear all of those like synthy sounds coming in the chorus.
You thought that it would be okay at first. The situation could be saved, of course. Which I actually do think is actually a really great way to start this song and this topic of people being cancelled online, because I would assume that that is what it would sort of be like for most people that have been cancelled. Like, you say something wrong, you do something or whatever it is, and I think that you would assume at first that you're gonna like get a hold of it and it's not gonna become this huge thing.
Totally. It really just speaks volumes to how like the snowball effect happens with the cancellation or a smear campaign. It's like, it's the rumors starting to kind of start, people start going, oh, we didn't like that. And then it's like, oh, but I can save it. I can save it. And then before you know it,
but they'd already picked out your grave and hearse. Beware the wrath of masked crusaders. And what I do like about this verse, and I guess the song as a whole, is she's saying it in this way that has so much confidence, like it can only come from someone. It's like, I know what you're thinking because I've been there.
Totally.
Which I do really like.
I like that too. Yeah. It's like she's not telling her story. She's telling someone else's story or her friend's story, but it's completely related to something she's gone through already in the past. So it does have this like air of wisdom. And I think that's where the sass comes from as well. It's like, I know what you were thinking. And I think as well, like these lyrics really speak to like how internet cancellation culture can be very much like they've decided something regardless of how you're going to respond or what the actual like truth is. It's like that's the whole thing with the smear campaign. It's like you just have no control over how people have decided that they've already picked out your grave. Like they're already going to end you. Yep,
you're already dead no matter what you do. And it is interesting, isn't it? Like cancel culture is so funny in that way. Why do we decide that when we get like the whiff of something wrong with anyone, or maybe it's someone you already like didn't really like a celebrity you didn't really like, and then like, you know, then you find out that other people don't like them. It's like, why do humans feel that need to hate regardless of what happens next? It's a very interesting phenomenon. And I think that that's why it's fascinating to see Taylor explore it, because it is actually a relatively recent phenomenon with the internet, I think, and social media. Like,
well, it does remind me, I think it is human nature to some degree. I think that like, you know, back in the day, like I imagine like in tribes and stuff, like if someone did something socially wrong, that shame kind of element, we used that as human beings to like tell people what was right and wrong and how to like belong in a group of people. And I think that that was very much like a thing where reputation was really important. Like if someone had a bad reputation, the rest of the community would shy away from them and stay away from them. But I think the problem with online version of that happening is that it can be based in lies.
Yes.
No real proof. But also I think that it really like breeds this sheep mentality. And I've been trying to be so aware of this with like things about like Blake Lively and like what was the whole Amber and Johnny Depp situation. Like I feel like I started to recognize that it was so easy to form an opinion based on like what all the comments are saying. Like you see a video and before you've even formed your own opinion, you open up the comments and you're like, oh, what's everyone else thinking? Oh, that's what they're thinking. I should think that too. Yeah. And it kind of like forms your whole perception around something without you even realizing that you're not choosing that. And then when you understand that like half those comments are bots. Yeah. It's like, oh my God, how scary. How scary that like a smear campaign can be put against someone and it's not actually humans that are creating that conversation.
Absolutely.
And when I realized that could happen and that was happening towards people, I'm like, oh, I actually can't do that anymore. Like I cannot base my opinion over what people are saying. It's just like, and I've tried to remain so much more neutral around like my opinion on celebrities and like things that are going wrong that way, because it's never really what you don't really ever know the full story.
Absolutely. And Taylor Swift's own cancellation is the perfect example of that. Blake Lively has just recently in the last year or two been cancelled in that way, and she is one of Taylor Swift's closest friends. It makes sense to me for Taylor to explore that because we haven't really had any of her other close friends be cancelled since Taylor's own Reputation era. Yeah. So for her to have someone really close to her go through something so similar, it just makes sense to me that she'd want to explore that.
It is a lot if this song is about that or kind of alluding to that. I think this song is quite vague and it could be about multiple people or just, you know, the general concept of going through that with people. But I think it does point towards Blake, and it's very interesting if this is Taylor's only kind of stance on the situation. Yeah. It's almost like she's not touching the actual rumors and actually like coming out clear with anything.
Totally.
But she answers in her music, which I think is really interesting. But
Yeah.
I'm still not fully sure on, you know,
The whole
on the
situation.
whole situation.
Did your girl boss too close to the sun? Did they catch you having far too much fun? Come with me when they see us, they'll run. Something wicked this way comes. Good thing I like my friends can't.
I like the melody of this pre-chorus.
Yeah.
Like, I especially like the second pre-chorus. Like I prefer the lyrics in that.
Yes.
But you know, this is definitely one of the lyrics that people seem to really have a problem with. Did you girl boss too close to the sun? And I also think that this maybe is the lyric that alludes like mostly to Blake as well. Like I feel like she was really on top of the world in so many ways. And I think like doing her whole like brand where she had like the drinks,
The
and,
sodas,
like,
and then she's got the hair care brand.
and then she's
of
also got
that.
the perfect husband and the
Yeah.
perfect family, and like, you know, everyone loves her fashion, everyone loves her hair. Like she was just kind of like girl bossing.
Yeah.
I guess.
This lyric has been so controversial in the sense that it's the one that people have grabbed onto being like, oh my God, that's such shitty writing. It's so cringe. But then there's also been a lot of talk about the fact that Candace Owens got online when she was obsessed with the whole Blake Lively drama and literally said this line
Yes.
about Blake herself.
Yes.
So it's like not even a line or a phrase written by Taylor herself in a
It's
way.
more like she's grabbing what people are saying.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, which
and-
I think makes it even more interesting when you look at it through the
Totally.
lens of like people using this as an example of bad writing from Taylor, because it's like she didn't even come up with the concept of girl bossing too close to the sun. Someone else said this about her best friend.
And then she's using it. Yeah. And
Yeah.
What's the actual saying?
It's usually flying too close to the sun.
Flying too close to the sun. That's it. And it's like a Greek mythology thing.
Like when you're flying so high, you get close to the sun, but if you get too close to the sun, you burn and die.
Totally. It's like being a bit too big for your boots.
Yeah.
It's like you're too like confident in what you're doing and you do too much and then that ends up being your downfall.
It says here, warning against excessive ambition, overconfidence, or greed that leads to one's downfall.
Yeah.
Flying too close to the sun. Yeah, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
of course. I honestly think it's kind of a little bit iconic that she's switched it out for girl boss too
Well,
close to the sun. I think that's why
yeah.
it has the sarcasm in it too and
Yeah.
the sass. Like, I don't think this lyric is 100% serious.
She's not so serious. I completely agree.
I feel like it's similar to This Is Why We Can't Have Nice Things. Like that has the same kind of sarcasm to it to me.
Yes.
But maybe because she's not using a trend, it's the trendy word, phrases, it's
That
the
people don't
lingo
like.
and the slang that people aren't liking her using.
Yeah.
Did they catch you having far too much fun? I do love that. I do love
Yeah.
that. Because
Yeah.
if a woman's like successful and having fun and all of these things, it's like, burn her, you know. It's like
Yeah.
it's like the witch of it all. It's like women
totally.
can't be too happy.
Totally. And it's also these two lines together, what she's boiling this concept down to the fact that, again, it doesn't matter what you do. You could literally just like be a bit confident or be too feminine or like have too much fun and people will hate you for it.
Yeah.
You don't even have to do something so horrible to be cancelled.
Totally. I feel like this whole verse is actually witch coded. Pre-chorus. Because then she says, come with me, when they see us, they'll run. It's giving like a coven of witches.
Yes,
and then
it is.
something wicked this way comes.
Yeah, so true. It's so witch.
Actually, I do have a bit to say about this because I have been seeing people say that they feel like this song is a little bit Wicked coded, as in like the musical Wicked. And obviously Ariana Grande got cancelled. And then like obviously she kind of came out with Eternal Sunshine and was very much like her version of Reputation in a way, like, you know, yes, and it's like, what the fuck are you going to do about it?
Yeah.
And like, this is why We Can't Be Friends
Yeah.
was very much that whole relationship. So I don't know. I do like to think that it could also be speaking to Ariana Grande's experience, or like anyone that Taylor might be friends with in the industry.
Yeah.
Even if they're not best friends. It's like she kind of is like, oh, maybe alluding to the idea that she's kind of connected with these people over their cancellation and like how they all come together and I feel like rise above it together.
Totally.
Which
totally.
it always seems to be women
Yeah. Yeah, so
that
true.
we're doing this to
Yeah, so true.
in such a big way anyway.
Yeah. The other thing I like about that line is that it is originally a Shakespeare quote.
Which one?
Something Wicked This Way Comes. So it's just like another example of her doing the
Yes.
whole Shakespeare thing on this
Oh,
album.
I didn't realise that.
Yeah, it's from Macbeth, I think.
Okay, cool.
Because obviously we know that like the fate of Ophelia is like playing on that whole Hamlet theme in that song. And so she's sort of bringing it back in here, which I really
Totally.
like.
Yeah, that's cool. I think what I find interesting that if this song is like her kind of speaking up for Blake or standing up for Blake or just commenting on that at all, like, why not do a pap walk, you know, together? Like, why not
With
go for
Blake,
dinner? Like,
yeah.
but maybe it is just that statement that she answers these things in the music, you
That's
know?
the thing. I think that Taylor is just... She's such a businesswoman in a way that I don't think any of us can fully comprehend. She's so intelligent, and her team as well. And it's like she knows that saying her piece in her music, but not displaying publicly in her personal life any kind of
Clue.
side taking or
Yeah.
whatever, it gives her this power that I think she might feel could be removed if she did step out in public or something like that. And it's like, I don't know, I think there's something in that maybe.
Yeah.
The fact that she knows how to play her cards right. And
You're only gonna get how I feel in my music, not if you follow me around to restaurants, etc.
Yes.
It's like kind of keeping that boundary there as well. It's like I'm not gonna give you details into my personal life
Yes.
through paparazzi pictures and whatnot. I'm just going to put out the music.
Yes.
That's your only access to me.
that is how I communicate with
Yeah,
you all, and
yeah.
everything else is my business.
Yeah.
Yeah. So true.
Yeah, it is interesting.
Good thing I like my friends canceled. I like 'em cooked in Gucci and in scandal. Like my whiskey sour and poison thorny flowers. Welcome to my underworld where it gets quite dark. At least you know exactly who your friends are. They're the ones with matching scars.
Oh, I do like it. Sounds like a foot.
It's like a strut.
It's a strut.
It's actually very style coded
It's
in
actually,
that way.
yeah, and kind of ready for it coded in that
It
way.
is. It is. And I do love the way that she like the scars is like she like growls.
She,
like,
yes.
She's really got an energy in this song that even though we've seen it in some ways before, like you could say in like vigilante shit or whatever, this just feels different and new in a way. Good thing I like my friends cancelled. I like them cloaked in Gucci and in scandal. She's literally like, fucking cancel my friends, bitches. I don't give a fuck.
I do actually
Because
really
then
like
they
that
will
lyric.
understand what I've been through.
Yeah. And this is interesting too because I do think that Blake recently did a Gucci campaign.
That is interesting.
I really love that she says cloaked because that definitely feels like it's got reputation imagery to it.
Absolutely.
And I think there's something about being cloaked that's just so villain-esque.
Absolutely.
And so,
Absolutely.
Like, yeah, it's just like dark and dangerous.
Yes, it makes you think about like the hooded capes, like in
Yeah.
like the Willow music video,
Yeah.
or even on the Reputation tour. It's
kind of
also
witch
kind
as
of giving
well.
like it's witchy. It's giving like the Volturi and Twilight kind of
coven
energy.
people coming for you.
Yes.
But then I think also like being cloaked in Gucci and in scandal, there's something so like chic about that.
Yeah, like my whiskey sour and poison thorny flowers. This lyric always just confuses me and feels random in here, and I don't know. We've kind of spoken about it personally, and I do need you to explain your interpretation to me again. But it's like I think what confuses me about it is like, does this line just stand alone, or does it link in with the line before it, or does it link in with the lines after it? I actually just don't know.
I think that it's a combination. I definitely think it's following off of that lyric before. So she likes her friends cancelled. She likes them cloaked in Gucci and in scandal, just like she likes her whiskey sour and her poison thorny flowers. I think those lyrics are continuing on to kind of paint more of like an imagery of this persona of Taylor Swift, which is like this dark kind of witchy girl who like, you know, is up in a, you know, underworld where she like casts these spells on people. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's like the Who's Afraid of Little Old Me energy. And I feel like it's kind of just linking to like these personal preferences of hers that fit in with this persona and this like I don't know, I find it really satisfying. Like I love that, like that where she takes that in the chorus, because it is kind of random, but I love that she's linking it to her drink and how she likes a whiskey sour, which is like kind of more of a, I don't know, a deeper
It's not
drink.
like a delicate feminine drink.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not like she's sipping on this Cosmo. She's like, I like a whiskey sour and poison thorny flowers, which also links to a lot of other lyrics that she's mentioned in Reputation, like what she kind of, she like something that looks beautiful but actually has these thorny flowers, like
I once was poison ivy, now I'm your daisy kind of thing.
All my flowers grew back as thorns.
Yes.
Like after her cancellation, she like got this coat on her, this like thick skin that she now is part of her persona. It's
so
like
true.
She will always be this way.
Totally.
And
I think you might have said to me once as well that you feel like it's sort of like there's a juxtaposition in like there being like something nice but something like something
like
positive,
cloaked
something
in Gucci and in Scandal
is
and
like
my
poison flowers.
Yes.
Yeah.
And like I think that to me kind of like feels connected to like the feminine edge of it all, like all of these women being cancelled and how like the world expects them to just be weak and delicate, and yet they all like come back and like keep coming back. And I think especially in the face of Taylor and like someone like Ariana Grande, like she's just been through so much in that way, like
Totally.
And yet like these women still come back.
Yeah.
This super villain side of like the women in the pop industry.
I totally know what you mean.
Which I really like. I really like it.
No, you're right. It gives you like a good imagery
Yeah,
for like
then,
what she's trying to
like,
convey.
Following it, welcome to my underworld. Like this is how we have to kind of, we band together in this underworld. Welcome. It's like she's collecting these women to be a part of her underworld, which is actually quite interesting as well, because that kind of links to the Greek mythology as well.
Yes, it does.
Which is like the flying close to the sun and
yes,
the
it
underworld,
does.
like
which
Hades and
then
everything.
also feels like it links to the Karma music video, because you've got that like very like Greek statue-esque, she's representing 1989, and then it goes immediately into the underworld that
which
represents
also
Reputation.
Yeah. Where it gets quite dark, which obviously also feels like a link back to Reputation and her cancelled days.
Yeah.
At least you know exactly who your friends are. They're the ones with matching scars. So there's that silver lining, like you said.
Yes, and I think that this is such an interesting and important lyric for Taylor to include, because we know that it was during her own cancellation that she really herself figured out who her friends are. You know, going through these bad times is really a way to figure out who your true friends are. And I think that that's true of everyone's experience in life, whether it's cancellation or otherwise. You do figure out in your worst times who will stand by you and who can't be bothered dealing with you because you're not showing up as like the fun-loving, playful, excitable, happy person that maybe you are in other times. Like if they're only interested in that version of you, are they really a true friend?
Yeah. But on the note of the scars, it's also just like such a big theme in her discography, because like on the Reputation cover, she has like the stitches in her clothing, and then in So Long London she says stitches undone, and also in Hoax she says, you know, I
still hurts underneath my scars from when you pulled me apart.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And that's just like definitely this imagery that she continues to carry on from Reputation. Like she got such deep cuts in that era, and then, you know, whether or not it's like her friends or family that patched it up, or, you know, even her past relationship, and then those scars kind of like being tender still.
Yeah.
So I like that she's bringing that in here as well.
Absolutely.
It's easy to love you when you're popular. The optics click, everyone prospers. But one single drop, you're off the roster. Tone deaf and hot, let's fucking off her.
I do like that.
That is good. I do like that as well.
Yes, tone deaf and hot, let's fucking off her.
That lyric is so interesting too, because it's bringing back that feeling of like people cancel people sometimes for no reason at all.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we just don't like you because you have all of these things that I don't have, which
Yeah.
makes me not like you.
I think using the word tone deaf is particularly interesting as well, because I think that can be an annoying quality in someone, right?
Totally.
Like, but also I think that it's a really, really, really difficult thing to judge like a celebrity on, because I think so many things can be taken out of context or
Yeah.
I guess posted out of their control, and like there's just so many people that they're exposed to and so many things that have an opinion about them.
Yeah.
That I think that I feel like it can be quite easy for a celebrity to come across tone deaf.
Absolutely.
And it actually does remind me of Blake specifically. I feel like there were a lot of interviews towards like the end of her cancellation where she was just saying the wrong thing. Like it wasn't
Totally.
even like the worst thing, but it was
Totally.
just like off. It was tone deaf. Like
Which I
some of
think
the
is what's so interesting about bringing up the concept
Yeah.
of being tone deaf, because it is incredibly frustrating when there's really big issues going on in the world, or like someone saying the wrong thing at the wrong time and it's deeply insensitive to what the masses are feeling or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's maybe not a reason to ruin someone's life.
Totally,
And that's the
yeah,
thing. It's like
yeah.
this person isn't evil. They just haven't been sensitive to maybe what a lot of other people are
Yeah.
feeling. And then in conjunction with being hot,
Yes.
it's like you're attractive, you have it all. And that's something that a lot of people can feel like envious of.
Yeah.
Which is
And I think it
part
makes
of why they
them
don't
more
like them.
angry when someone's like beautiful, attractive, hot, and perfect, and then they say something tone deaf. I don't know. Why do I feel like people hate on them more then?
Absolutely. And I think that this is also one of the lines in this song that really make it clear your point of saying that it feels like it's more directed at women often. Like if a man is cancelled, it's often because they've done something really bad.
And even then
it's
they're not
got
cancelled
nothing to
enough.
do, like Kanye West is honestly a perfect example.
No, I like lately, like the Chris Brown stuff too. I
Yes.
just cannot believe
Oh my
anyone's
God.
still listening. Like,
Why
I
does
just-
he still
I
have a
can't even
career?
fathom. No.
When a woman's hot and they do the wrong thing, people start coming for their looks. And Blake is also a perfect
Yes,
example
people
of that.
all of a sudden have decided
That they fucking hate her hair.
and
And it's
they,
like-
she's ugly. Her fashion is ugly. She's been like a fashion
Yeah.
pioneer for like the last 10 years, and now everyone's like,
Yeah.
ew, hate how she dresses.
No,
hate her hair.
it's really interesting. Like, no matter where you stand on the Blake Lively thing, it was very fascinating to me to see how people
How
decided
quick
they thought her
the
hair
tables
was
turned.
disgusting.
I know.
When, like, us in our age group growing up watching Gossip Girl, like, literally since that show aired, people have been obsessed with her hair,
Yeah.
and now you're all trying to convince us that you
hate
always
it.
hated it.
And
Like
it's the bad hair.
that's a crazy thing to say.
I'm sorry, it's crazy. It's crazy.
That's a crazy thing to say.
But this is
You can
the
hate
chic
someone and still like their
mentality,
hair,
right? But no, you
Yes.
can't with women, and that's
But
the
and
thing.
that's the thing, because they're tone deaf and they're
Yes.
hot, and you don't like the fact that they're
No.
hot. It makes sense to people psychologically to then attack their looks
It's like
as
if
well.
they're not a good person, they also have to be ugly.
Yes.
Yeah, and you know, it reminds me of when Taylor says in The Man, what I was wearing or if I was rude could all be separated from my good ideas and power moves. And I just feel like that's like one of the most real lyrics she's ever written, because he can have bad style and be a fucking prick and be a good businessman. And
Absolutely.
we can separate that, and he can still be respected for this reason. But a woman can't.
Yeah.
It's interesting because I feel like a lot of people have a problem with this song because they think Taylor is like glorifying cancellation. And I just think that that's such an interesting way to look at it, because I think that some people do really bad things that they should be cancelled for. But there is also this other side to it, which I think is actually more common than the other. Like, it's actually more common that women are getting cancelled for things that aren't actually like the biggest deal.
Yeah, and of course that's going to be the side that Taylor
Taylor
explores,
talks.
because
She's gonna
that's
stand
what
up for
she's
women.
experienced as well.
Exactly,
Like,
yeah.
her experience of cancellation was not because she did something horrifying. She didn't have anything to apologize for.
Yeah.
People just decided they didn't like her. People still decide every day that they hate her for no reason.
Yeah.
Because she's just annoying and successful and too pretty.
No, it's so...
You know, so it's like it doesn't have to
She
be that
can't
she's
win.
commenting on the whole concept of cancellation, but she is going to comment on her own experience of it.
Moving on to the next pre-chorus, which is actually my favorite part of the song. I really love these lyrics, and I think really goes off of what we were just saying.
Yeah,
In the sexist kind of way.
absolutely.
Did you make a joke only a man could? Were you just too smug for your own good? Or bring a tiny violin to a knife fight? Baby, that all ends tonight. Good thing I like my friends cancel.
It's just so good.
It is. I do like these lyrics.
Yeah, so true. I'm so sorry, but did you make a joke only a man could? I mean, do we have to say it? You know the vibes. You know the vibes.
You know the vibes.
Were you dressed too smug for your own? Oh no, were you just? I always think that this lyric is, were you dressed too smug for your own good?
No, were you just?
But yes, were you just too smug for your own good? And see, these are all the things. I think she's really pointing out in this pre-chorus that women can do things that just rub people the wrong way.
Exactly.
But they're not serious offenses. So interesting. Being a little too smug, bringing a violin to a knife fight is always got me. I feel like that's such a good lyric because it's like, are you playing the victim? Are you being a little like sad when you need to be feisty and when you need to be strong? That's not going to end well. Like people are going to take that and pull it apart.
Yeah.
It's not actually anything like terrible.
Absolutely.
And it just gets manipulated into like the worst things, which
absolutely
is how that snowball effect happens.
Yeah. It's just so interesting how many ways in this song she can make that kind of statement, because it is a similar vibe to the girl bossing too close to the sun or being tone deaf. It's like there are all these things that are just like you said, you're rubbing people the wrong way, but you're not really doing anything wrong per se. People have just decided they don't like you because of it.
And when they do, you can't change them. And Taylor talked about that a lot in the Showgirl prologue, actually. She was kind of saying, like, will it happen again? Like, will people just wake up and decide they don't like me anymore and I won't be able to control that or change that? People just decide. And the pendulum swings.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So when you're too beloved, it's like almost inevitable that you'll be hated on again.
Yeah.
Showgirl was maybe as close as we've gotten to Taylor being cancelled since Reputation. Like, I don't think it's even close, but I do think there's been more hate than I've ever seen about this album.
Yeah.
And just like passionate, dedicated haters. Like people just hating over the most random stuff. People have now decided that they think that her and Jack Antonoff hate each other.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Just because he wasn't in the Eras Tour documentary, which makes perfect sense why he wasn't in there. Why would he be in there? It's like how he wasn't in Miss Americana. Anyway, I think that this pre-chorus really just wraps up those like nuance kind of ways that people can be cancelled and hated on.
Yeah.
And I also love that she ends it with "Baby, that all ends tonight," because it's kind of like she's taking them under her wing and being like, I will teach you how to handle this properly.
So true.
We're not showing up with a violin anymore to a knife fight. And that reminds me of another lyric in King of My Heart, where she says, brought a knife to a gunfight.
Call it what you want.
Call it what you want.
Yeah. Yeah.
So she's used that analogy in her own. She's kind of saying, I brought a knife to a gunfight. Like, I wasn't prepared for that kind of cancellation.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
And now she's kind of using that wisdom here as well.
Yeah.
Did you do that too? Because I've done that.
Yeah. And it is interesting, the point you made before, how bringing a tiny violin to a knife fight adds this layer of victimhood, which people hate. So it's like, yes, it's like taking these people under her wing, be like, don't say a thing.
No.
Just come into my underworld, hide underground for a while. Don't talk. Just don't say a thing, because literally everything you do right now will be taken wrong.
Absolutely.
And people will just hate you more for it.
Yeah.
We're the ones with matching scars. They stood by me before my exoneration. They believed I was innocent, so I'm not here for judgment. No.
Oh, that's verse 3. TTT.
Yes. It actually does kind of feel like that verse 3 is a continuation of the bridge, because it's so much darker in its production and everything.
It does kind of strip back, so that makes sense.
And it is a similar melody to what we've heard before. But yes, the bridge is quite short and sweet in this song.
It is. I really feel like we go to the underworld in the bridge. Like, sonically, it's just like, feels like you're just swirling around in this darkness, and her voice is kind of raspy, and like she's kind of never really sounded quite like this before.
No, but it's also a really interesting bridge, because it's kind of like the first time we actually get her telling us like why she's taking this
Totally.
stance on someone being cancelled.
Yeah.
They stood by me before my exoneration. They believed I was innocent, so I'm not here for judgment.
Yeah.
She's like, literally just like, the reason that I feel this way about cancellation, and particularly my friends being cancelled, is because they stood by me.
Yeah.
So why would I not stand by them?
Yeah.
Why would I not give them the benefit of the doubt when I know what it feels like to have them believe me
Yeah.
in my worst moment?
Yeah, totally. And I do feel like this is quite Blake coded
I agree.
because they've been friends for so long.
I completely agree.
And like she was really there for her through all of that.
yeah, I completely agree.
Wait. In the bridge as well, there's actually like this stomping sound happening.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like,
like
it's like crushing as it's like
Yeah.
before we were strutting, and now it feels like they're like things are being like crushed.
That's so true.
which is
like
really
a crushing.
interesting. It's kind of giving Monster on the Hill.
Yeah.
Kind of strips back, and there's this like really cool like dark synth sound just like pulsing in the background of
Yes.
this verse 3.
But if you can't be good, then just be better at it. Everyone's got bodies in the attic, or took somebody's man. We'll take you by the hand, and soon you'll learn the art of never getting caught. It's a
Oh, those vocals.
Do like
She
this
does
last
have some
chorus.
really good backing vocals in this song.
She does.
Very,
She really does.
Okay, well here we go. Now this is the lesson, right?
This is
what
the
she's
lesson.
teaching everyone that she takes into her underworld.
Uh-huh. But if you can't be good, then just be better at it. Everyone's got bodies in the attic or took somebody's man.
Yeah.
And that is that commentary on the fact that like we all say and do things behind closed doors.
yeah.
It's like none of you were innocent. Literally nobody listening to this song is innocent.
Yeah. Or took somebody's man feels very Ariana Grande coded
Yes,
to
it
me.
does.
And I actually forgot to mention, but in the second verse, she says, everyone loves you when you're popular.
So there's like, it does feel like there's kind of three different
few-
references
yeah,
to Ariana in
yeah.
this, even if it is just completely unintentional.
Yeah.
It is interesting how you can link it back to her and how her most recent album feels like it speaks on taking somebody's man and being the homewrecker.
Yeah.
And also her experience in Wicked.
Yes.
And also being cancelled.
Yeah.
All three of those
No,
experiences.
I do like to think of Ariana with
Yeah,
this
that's
song.
cool. We'll take you by the hand and soon you'll learn the art of never getting caught.
Totally.
I like that too, because it's almost kind of like she's saying like, it's not like I've been a perfect person for the last 10 years since I got cancelled. Like I've probably done some shit too, but I don't get caught for it anymore.
She's like alluding to being this really powerful thing that no one can touch. And I think that's where
Yeah.
songs like Who's Afraid of Little Old Me falls into this category as well. It's like the world and how they treat her like doesn't impact her anymore. Like
Yeah,
she's
that's
figured
true.
out how to outsmart the world. And I don't know, I just feel like it plays on that witchy kind of like this other version of her personality where she can like turn into this like wicked villain. Like I feel like it's more
I like that. I like that.
Like
which is why it's learning the art
Yes,
of it.
learning
It's
the
like
art,
this
yes.
doesn't come naturally to you, but you've got to hone this skill.
Yeah, can't get us down by cancelling us because we find community in all of us that have experienced this. And that makes us powerful in itself because we're not believing what you think about us.
Yes,
And that's
exactly.
what's important. It's like we know who we are.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that kind of removes the general power of cancellation, I feel. And I think
Yeah.
that's what she was trying to do with this song. So even foreshadow that potentially happening for her in the future. It's like she has a way of coping that all of us can't touch.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Her underworld.
Her underworld. Her underworld. Yeah.
thing I like my friends cancel. You know that I hate them cloaked in Gucci and in scandal. Like my whiskey sour and poison thorny flows. Yeah, it's a good thing I like my friends cancel. Salute you if you're much too much to handle. Like my whiskey sour and poison thorny flows. Can't you see my infamy loves company? Now they've broken you like they've broken me, but a shattered glass is a lot more sharp. And now you know exactly who your friends are. You know who we are. We're the ones with matching scars.
No, the outro is actually the best part.
You know it is. This
So
is a really good last
good.
chorus, and I actually have a lot to say. So the ad-libs and stuff are really, really great, and what I particularly like is how she adds in that, you know that I like 'em cloaked in good, because it reminds me of the exact same thing that she does in the outro of Wishlist.
Yeah.
Where she does the
Extra like, and you? Yeah.
it's gonna piss me off. I need to know the lyric.
The wishlist one?
Like, what does she say? Like before she goes back into like the basketball lyric.
And now you got me turned
That.
Yeah.
It's the same concept of adding some extra words to the
Yes.
beginning of that
And
sentence.
it's like she's
which is
speaking it
cool.
more. She's like, and you
Yes.
know? Yeah.
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 I also really love how in that second time when she says the like my whiskey sour, I like it, and poison thorny flowers, I love it. That's so cool.
Yeah.
I like how she does
I
that.
really like that too.
Yeah.
But the lyrics, she adds in a whole kind of add-on chorus, which
Yes.
we love when she doubles the chorus and
Absolutely.
adds new lyrics.
Absolutely.
And the new lyric in this is, I salute you if you're much too much to handle, which I think is a great lyric.
Yes.
I feel like the salute imagery is so cool because it's like showing like respect and like almost this army that they're forming and this bond that they're forming.
So true.
And if you're too much to handle.
Yeah.
Which once again feels very directed to the women.
Yes, it does. I really like it because it speaks again to this idea that women are being cancelled for things that they really shouldn't be cancelled for. Like,
Yeah.
it's just about being too much. But also I think it speaks to, things that she said in the past about really rejecting the idea of being cringe and things like that.
Yeah.
Like, she is only where she is in her life and her career because she wasn't afraid of being perceived as cringy or embarrassing. She put herself out there, her real truth, exactly who she is in her music. And that has connected with people because she's not trying to be too cool. She's trying to be herself.
Yeah.
And women so often feel the need to dull themselves down so that they aren't gonna have people turn around being like, oh, that's a bit too much or whatever.
Totally.
And so I think that she's always shown us that she is someone who really celebrates people and specifically women who are just completely uninhibitedly themselves.
Yes.
And so, of course, she's going to salute you if you're much too much to handle because that's the kind of person she likes because that's who she wants to be and who she is. Like, I'm going to respect you for being entirely yourself.
I completely agree.
I love that.
I really feel like people are missing that this song is about the girlies.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really like, it's so obvious in how she's chosen to word these lyrics that it's about that.
Yes, it's about sexism and misogyny.
Yeah.
And she adds additional new lyrics, which is also really superior.
So good.
Can't you see my infamy loves company? You're famous because
Yeah,
you've
it's like
maybe done something
infamous,
a bit.
like an infamous villain. Yeah, the
Yes.
state of being well known for something bad. And an evil or wicked act. And I love that because, can't you see my infamy? Like, that loves company. So once again, linking back to her friends being cancelled being a good thing.
Yes.
And like alluding to her own reputation, which I think is kind of tea with all of this.
Yeah, absolutely. Now they've broken you like they've broken me.
But a shattered glass is a lot more sharp.
I do love that lyric. That is so clever.
Yes.
Think of the ways that she's already used the idea of shattered glass as a metaphor, like in Mirrorball, but in such a different way.
Yeah.
Like, it's shiny and reflects more light because it's broken.
Yeah.
And this is like, I am now sharper, wiser, more of a threat to you, more willing and able
Yeah.
to fight back because I've been broken.
Yeah, it's the silver lining
That's
of it all.
perfect metaphor.
Yeah. And now you know exactly who your friends are. You know who we are. That's a nice change. We're the ones with matching scars.
I like that word
Yeah.
change too, because every time she said it before, she says they're the ones with
Yes.
matching scars. And now she's like including herself in that. Like, we are here, we're your crew, we're your community, you've
like
got
she's
somewhere to
talking
go.
directly to that person now.
Yes.
And to those other cancelled members.
Yes, yes. And her own involvement in that community.
We're the ones.
with matching scars. Look, it's
do
a
like
good,
it,
it's a
yeah.
good song. I think it's very well written for what it is. Is it my cup of tea typically? No, but honestly, like, this shouldn't be a surprise to you if you have watched our videos for many years. This kind of song is not the kind of song I'm listening to all the time. Like, I'm not a vigilante shit stan, you know?
But, you know,
I am However, this is why we can't have nice things, Stan.
Yeah, see,
I do
that's
love that
interesting,
song.
yeah.
But it's because it doesn't sound dark, and that's the difference.
Yeah. I wouldn't say I'm a stan of this song, but I Did Something Bad stan. And like, you know, a lot of reputation in general.
Song.
So I think that's interesting. But I think the production's good. It's not my favorite. I think I prefer like the Elizabeth Taylor kind of production on this album.
Yeah.
If we're going to like compare anything to Rep.
I completely agree. Yeah.
I do like the strutting though. I feel like you can imagine her being like strutting out to the chorus.
I can imagine this having a very good stage performance if she had to at this album. I appreciate it. I appreciate the song. I appreciate the message. I appreciate this as a nice stepping stone on that journey of her reflecting back on the time that she was cancelled herself. It's such a consistent theme in her story and in her music, and I really like having that thread through her albums, even if sometimes the songs as individual songs to listen to in my personal time aren't my favorite. It's something that makes me feel connected to her, to know this story of hers.
Absolutely, yeah. And that's what's so great about the progression of Taylor Swift albums. It's like you do get to see how the feeling evolves for her.
Yes.
And for this feeling to get here, I think is really interesting.
Yeah, completely agree.
Guys, that's cancelled.
That's cancelled.
We've been talking so much about how we're just like so desperate for Taylor to perform like just one or two songs from Showgirl at the moment. Like,
oh my God.
We obviously don't know when we're going to hear from her next. Hopefully we're getting another music video soon.
Yeah.
But we've been like reminiscing on like the Lover days and just like how iconic it was that she performed so much of Lover. And like remember when she did the whole like BBC One radio where she like performed a few Lover songs and like a cover and like Holy Ground. Like we're like, oh my God, imagine if she did something like that now. Like that would just be the best little nugget for Showgirl. Like if we're not going to get a tour of this album, like I would just like die for like just a one-off like performance of like one or two songs.
Absolutely. It feels so long since we got anything like that. Like outside of like being on a stage, like at a show, the last time we got something like that from her was like, I think her performance of All Too Well 10 on SNL.
Yes.
I think that was literally the last time she's done any kind of a like show performance or like an internet specific, like this is for the internet, not just like on a stage at a show kind of thing. And I miss that. I miss that. It's such a different energy.
Yeah, and like BBC One Radio, there's something about that like, am I saying it wrong again?
BBC Radio 1.
What the fuck ever it is. I feel like it's so good because they record it in such a professional manner that it feels like it's just like another version of the song rather than like a live performance. And
yes.
I feel like I really love that. Anyway,
I agree.
Manifesting.
Manifesting.
I mean, it's not like Taylor's given us so much, so that feels cruel to even ask for that.
I know, but like
if I could get
hurt her to get
right
on a
now,
stage for like one day only? Just a little showgirl. Just a little show for the showgirl. A little show for the showgirl.
A little show for the showgirl. Surely we're going to get one show during Showgirl era.
Well, you'd hope. We'll see, I guess. We'll see, won't we?
We'll see. Anyway, guys.
Guys, look, as usual, please tell us your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to know if there's anything that you've interpreted differently about this song or just simply that you need to be adding.
Yeah.
But we love you guys. We will see you soon for another video.
See you there. Bye.
Bye.